Hello, Earthlings, and welcome to another Sound Mind. This week, I actually played in two friends' recitals 2 days in a row. On Tuesday, I did a recital in the Berkeley Caf, which is a nice big open space with 2 floors, and I played it with Joe Sprunt. The music he does sounds like this. And then on Wednesday, I did a show in the Colvin Recital Hall, which is a really small stage, with Aura Pineda. As you can tell from her Spanish-sounding name, she's from Finland. But her music sounds like this.
I'm dreaming of a life where I would have family, and all the creatures of this world could live in peaceful harmony. Live in peaceful harmony. In peaceful harmony.
And there was a lot of other contrast between the two things. Like, for one thing, in Joe's show, it was your standard 5-piece rock band. You know, I was on keyboards, he was on guitar, and there was bass drums, and we had the fabulous Heidi Irizarry singing, although I sang a bit as well. But yeah, it's a 5-piece band in a big space, lots of room to move around. Whereas in Aura's thing, we were part of an 8-piece band. It was her on acoustic guitar, and we had me on piano, 2 percussionists, one of which also played electric guitar, and there was cello, flute, harp, and upright bass. Fortunately, only one song had all 8 of us. As you'll see in Saturday's Sound Vision, we were quite packed in. Another difference, a main difference, well, I see it as a main difference, is that Joe's show was all covers, because he isn't a very big writer, I don't gather. Whereas our show was all her originals, and she gave it a conceptual name, Pebbles of Truth. In fact, one of the songs I played, I actually co-wrote with her. It's Our Bags, that I mentioned in a previous Sound Vision vlog. It's actually the 3rd song she and I wrote together. The first one is actually going to be at my final recital in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. And we really worked as a team because of our oppositeness. Like, I would say my taste in music is more similar to Joe's than to Aura's, although it isn't really anything like either. Yeah, so far we've only written 3 songs together. The first was really good. The third was Our Bags. It was also pretty good. The second one was not that good, mainly because it was her trying to write a pop-punk riff, and it was me trying to write love lyrics. It would have worked much better the other way around. Another contrast between the two things was what we kind of struggled to work out in the case of either recital. Like, for Joe's recital, since it was all covers, and we pretty much got them down pretty quickly, the hardest thing for that was to try to work out a set list. One thing we kept on saying, well, I'm like, not to the point where it got annoying, but I don't know, a lot of times, I don't know if we had to do this, but I just remember a lot of times, at least once per rehearsal for Joe's show, we reminded him that since he's the leader, everything is ultimately up to him. Probably the hardest thing was to make the set list. Just because we had so many songs that could work as openers and closers. I mean, we did Since I've Been Loving You by Led Zeppelin, which could have been a nice epic closer. Although I thought it would be nice to end with something that had a big guitar solo. We technically did. I mean, the last song we did was "Bold as Love" by Jimi Hendrix. We originally planned it as an encore, and "Rebel Yell" by Billy Idol would be our real closer. Well, actually, because of that, well, because I originally sang it, we actually had Heidi sing it because it was our real closer, "Rebel Yell," that is, just so all five of us could participate in it. I kind of wanted to do "Perfect Strangers" by Deep Purple as an opener, not because it opens with an organ, but because it opens so epically. We ended up doing "Dave the Eagle" by Robin Trower as our opener, which is still good because, I mean, it's kind of bookended because it ends with an extended guitar solo. So that's a nice bookend thing, with opening with "Dave the Eagle" and ending with "Bold as Love." On the other hand, with Aura's recital, because she had written all the songs, she kind of knew what order they would work in. I think the main thing was just arranging them so that we wouldn't step on each other's toes. I know in Miss Confidence, the closing song, the percussionist who played electric guitar was playing electric guitar, Isaac. We were kind of playing in the same range, and I was trying to get into we were both trying to get into different octaves than each other. The main hump we got over on that song was trying to figure out what would happen between the two verses, because she wanted each and every one of us to have a little solo moment. So we tried dual solos, which didn't really work. Well, in fact, the first thing we tried was just jamming on it, but the jam lasted 5 minutes, and the voice in my head was screaming, "Sing the second verse, damn it!" So, yeah, we tried dual solos, and then people forgot who their dual solo partner was, so that didn't work. So in the end, we just vamped on the first section, and she just introduced us one by one, and we do a little solo-y thing with no regard to solo length, just a little thing, like one phrase, and that worked out really well. As much as I wanted and still want to jam on that song, I think it would definitely work like with a full-on drum set and electric band thing, but that's for me to do. So yeah, I guess it's good to diversify your musical palette, and play with all different kinds of people. And that's pretty much all I have to say for this episode of Sound Mind. If there's anything you'd like to see talked about on a future Sound Mind, leave it in the comments. Time is running out, because over the summer I'm going to talk about my final recital, song by song, and then I'll see what happens from there. But until next time, Gafaba.